Let's get ready for the Michigan Real Estate Exam with 100 questions covering state-specific laws, principles, and practices you'll need to know. And don't miss what's happening in the bottom corner. It could be key to your exam prep. We'll tell you how in a minute. Now, let's get started.
Let's jump right into Michigan real estate laws and regulations. We'll start with an overview of some Michigan real estate statutes. What is the primary purpose of the Michigan Real Estate Licensing Act? Is it A, to regulate the real estate profession and protect the public? B, to determine property values for taxation purposes? C, to provide real estate education to aspiring agents? Or D, to establish zoning laws for real estate development? The answer is A, to regulate the real estate profession and protect the public. The Michigan Real Estate Licensing Act is designed to regulate the real estate profession to protect the public from unqualified or unethical practitioners. It sets standards for licensing, practice, and discipline. Which entity is responsible for enforcing real estate laws in Michigan? Is it A, Michigan Real Estate Commission? B, Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs? C, Michigan State Police? Or D, Michigan Association of Realtors? The answer is B, Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. The Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs oversees real estate licensing and enforcement, ensuring compliance with state laws and regulations.
Have you noticed the code in the bottom corner? Next time you're stumped, take that code to birdsy.ai for immediate help and a free study session with Birdsy, your personal AI study partner. Plus, you'll get access to hundreds of additional questions, helping you move closer to passing your exam with confidence. The next time you're feeling unsure or stuck, give it a try.
Which of the following actions is prohibited under Michigan real estate law? Is it A, advertising properties online? B, steering clients towards certain neighborhoods based on race? C, charging a standard commission rate? Or D, holding open houses on weekends? The answer is B, steering clients towards certain neighborhoods based on race. Steering, or directing prospective buyers to or away from certain neighborhoods based on race or other protected classes, is illegal under fair housing laws in Michigan. What is the role of the Michigan Board of Real Estate Brokers and Salespersons? Is it A, regulating and enforcing real estate laws? B, setting property tax rates? C, providing legal services to realtors? Or D, issuing building permits? The answer is A, regulating and enforcing real estate laws. The Michigan Board of Real Estate Brokers and Salespersons oversees the licensing process, sets standards, and enforces regulations for real estate practice in Michigan, ensuring compliance and professionalism. What is the purpose of the Michigan Consumer Protection Act in real estate? Is it A, preventing deceptive practices? B, regulating real estate agent commissions? C, setting zoning laws? Or D, issuing real estate licenses? The answer is A, preventing deceptive practices. The Michigan Consumer Protection Act aims to prevent deceptive practices in real estate transactions, protecting consumers from fraud and ensuring fair business practices. Michigan-specific fair housing laws. Which of the following actions is prohibited under Michigan's fair housing laws? Is it A, offering different terms to tenants? B, refusing to rent to a person with a disability? C, conducting credit checks on all applicants? Or D, charging higher rent for larger units? The answer is B, refusing to rent to a person with a disability. Michigan fair housing laws prohibit discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, national origin, familial status, or disability. Refusing to rent due to a tenant's disability is a violation. What must a Michigan landlord do to comply with fair housing laws when advertising a rental property? Is it A, include the rental price, B, state a preference for single tenants, C, use neutral language that does not imply discrimination, or D, specify a minimum income requirement? The answer is C, use neutral language that does not imply discrimination. Landlords must avoid discriminatory language in advertisements that suggests preference or exclusion based on protected classes under Michigan fair housing laws. Under Michigan fair housing laws, which of the following is considered a reasonable accommodation for a tenant with a disability? Is it A, allowing a service animal despite a no-pet policy, B, refusing to install a wheelchair ramp, C, increasing the security deposit for disabled tenants, or D, limiting the lease term to 6 months? The answer is A, allowing a service animal despite a no-pet policy. Reasonable accommodations may include modifications to policies or physical changes to the property to ensure equal access for disabled tenants. Which of the following is a protected class under Michigan's fair housing laws? Is it A, employment status, B, educational background, C, credit score, or D, marital status? The answer is D, marital status. Michigan's fair housing laws protect against discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, national origin, familial status, disability, age, and marital status. Michigan's specific contract requirements. What is a required element in a Michigan real estate purchase agreement? Is it A, the buyer's social security number, B, the seller's driver's license number, C, the legal description of the property, or D, the buyer's employment history? The answer is C, the legal description of the property. In Michigan, a real estate purchase agreement must include the legal description of the property, which ensures clarity and avoids disputes over what is being transferred. Which of the following must be included in a Michigan real estate contract to ensure its enforceability? Is it A, verbal agreement between parties, B, written and signed agreement, C, witnesses to the signing, or D, notarization of the document? The answer is B, written and signed agreement. The Statute of Frauds requires that real estate contracts be in writing and signed by the parties involved to be enforceable. In Michigan, what is the purpose of including a time is of the essence clause in a real estate contract? Is it A, to enforce strict adherence to deadlines, B, to allow flexibility in contract terms, C, to provide a grace period for performance, or D, to ensure the contract is notarized? The answer is A, to enforce strict adherence to deadlines. This clause ensures that all deadlines in the contract are strict, making timely performance crucial and legally binding. What is the consequence of not including an appraisal contingency in a Michigan real estate contract? Is it A, the buyer can withdraw without penalty, B, the contract becomes void automatically, C, the seller must lower the price, or D, the buyer may have to cover the difference? The answer is D, the buyer may have to cover the difference. Without an appraisal contingency, the buyer may have to proceed with the purchase even if the property appraises for less than the purchase price, potentially leading to financial loss.
If you're finding this helpful, please take a minute to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more practice exams, useful tips, and complimentary study sessions with Birdsy.
Let's continue with licensing requirements and procedures. Michigan licensing requirements and procedures. What is the minimum age requirement to apply for a real estate salesperson license in Michigan? Is it A, 18 years old, B, 19 years old, C, 20 years old, or D, 21 years old? The answer is A, 18 years old. In Michigan, applicants must be at least 18 years old to apply for a real estate salesperson license. This is a standard requirement to ensure that applicants are legally considered adults. How many hours of pre-licensing education are required for a real estate salesperson license in Michigan? Is it A, 30 hours, B, 40 hours, C, 45 hours, or D, 50 hours? The answer is B, 40 hours. Michigan mandates 40 hours of pre-licensing education, including 4 hours of civil rights law and equal opportunity in housing, to ensure comprehensive understanding of legal and ethical practices. What is a requirement for a non-resident to obtain a real estate license in Michigan? Is it A, they must have a Michigan driver's license, B, they need to have a Michigan mailing address, C, they must appoint a resident agent in Michigan, or D, they must complete an additional 10 hours of coursework? The answer is C, they must appoint a resident agent in Michigan. Non-residents must meet the same educational and examination requirements as Michigan residents and adhere to any additional stipulations, such as maintaining an office in Michigan or appointing a resident agent. What is the process for renewing a real estate license in Michigan? Is it A, complete 12 hours of continuing education every year, B, submit a renewal application without additional education, C, pass a renewal examination every 3 years, or D, complete 18 hours of continuing education every 3 years? The answer is D, complete 18 hours of continuing education every 3 years. Michigan requires real estate licensees to complete 18 hours of continuing education every 3 years, including 2 hours of legal updates annually, to renew their license and stay informed on industry changes. Continuing education requirements. What is the minimum number of continuing education hours required every 3 years for a Michigan real estate licensee? Is it A, 18 hours, B, 12 hours, C, 24 hours, or D, 30 hours? The answer is A, 18 hours. Michigan real estate licensees must complete 18 hours of continuing education every 3 years. This ensures they stay updated with industry changes and maintain professional standards. How often must Michigan real estate licensees complete a legal update course as part of their continuing education? Is it A, every 3 years, B, every 2 years, C, annually, or D, biannually? The answer is C, annually. Michigan mandates that licensees complete a legal update course annually to ensure they are aware of any changes in real estate laws and regulations. Which of the following is a valid topic for continuing education credits in Michigan real estate? Is it A, personal finance, B, ethics, C, automobile maintenance, or D, culinary arts? The answer is B, ethics. Ethics is a valid topic for continuing education as it helps maintain professional integrity and standards within the real estate industry. What is the consequence of not completing the required continuing education hours for a Michigan real estate license renewal? Is it A, a fine of $500, B, a warning letter, C, mandatory extra training, or D, inability to renew the license? The answer is D, inability to renew the license. Failure to complete the required continuing education hours results in the inability to renew the license, effectively suspending the licensee's ability to practice legally. Michigan-specific exam structure and content. What is the minimum passing score required for the Michigan real estate salesperson licensing exam? Is it A, 65%, B, 70%, C, 75%, or D, 80%? The answer is B, 70%. The Michigan Real Estate Salesperson Licensing Exam requires a minimum passing score of 70%. This ensures that candidates have a sufficient understanding of real estate principles and regulations specific to Michigan. Which of the following topics is not part of the Michigan-specific portion of the real estate exam? Is it A, Michigan license law, B, agency relationships in Michigan, C, local real estate practices, or D, environmental regulations? The answer is D, environmental regulations. Environmental regulations are typically covered in the national portion of real estate exams. Michigan-specific content focuses on state laws, agency relationships, and local practices. What is the primary focus of the Michigan-specific real estate exam content? Is it A, state laws and regulations, B, national real estate principles, C, real estate math, or D, ethical standards in real estate? The answer is A, state laws and regulations. The Michigan-specific real estate exam content primarily focuses on state laws and regulations, ensuring candidates understand the legal framework governing real estate transactions in Michigan. Let's review Michigan property ownership and land use. Types of property ownership. What is the primary characteristic of a fee simple estate in Michigan property ownership? Is it A, it is a temporary ownership, B, it provides unlimited duration of ownership, C, it requires annual renewal, or D, it is limited to residential properties? The answer is B, it provides unlimited duration of ownership. A fee simple estate is the most complete form of ownership, allowing the owner to possess, use, and transfer the property freely, with no time limit on ownership. How is joint tenancy typically characterized in Michigan? Is it A, it includes the right of survivorship, B, it requires a lease agreement, C, it allows owners to will their share to heirs, or D, it is only applicable to commercial properties? The answer is A, it includes the right of survivorship. Joint tenancy includes the right of survivorship, meaning that upon one owner's death, their share automatically passes to the surviving joint tenants, bypassing probate. Which of the following is a characteristic of a leasehold estate in Michigan? Is it A, it grants full ownership rights, B, it lasts indefinitely, C, it is a temporary right to occupy property, or D, it includes the right of survivorship? The answer is C, it is a temporary right to occupy property. A leasehold estate is a temporary right to occupy land or property, where the lessee does not own the property but has the right to use it for a specified period. In the context of Michigan property ownership, what distinguishes a tenancy in common? Is it A, owners can have unequal shares, B, it requires equal shares among owners, C, it includes automatic survivorship rights, or D, it is limited to family members? The answer is A, owners can have unequal shares. Tenancy in common allows co-owners to own different percentages of a property, and each owner can transfer their share independently without affecting the other owners.
Stuck on a question? Just think of the Birdsy link in the description as your friendly neighborhood superhero, swooping in to save the day with answers. Feel free to explore it now and return to continue. Simply hit pause, and we'll be waiting when you get back.
Public versus private land use controls. What is the primary purpose of zoning laws in Michigan? Is it A, to regulate land use and ensure orderly development, B, to increase property taxes for local governments, C, to provide funding for public infrastructure, or D, to limit the number of residential properties? The answer is A, to regulate land use and ensure orderly development. Zoning laws are designed to regulate land use to ensure orderly development and prevent conflicts between incompatible uses. They help maintain property values and community aesthetics. Which of the following is a characteristic of a private land use control in Michigan? Is it A, imposed by local government ordinances, B, enforced by state land management agencies, C, established through restrictive covenants, or D, mandated by federal environmental policies? The answer is C, established through restrictive covenants. Private land use controls, such as restrictive covenants, are agreements among property owners that limit land use to maintain property values and community standards. What role do building codes play in Michigan's land use controls? Is it A, they determine land ownership boundaries, B, they establish minimum construction standards for safety, C, they regulate the sale of property, or D, they provide tax incentives for development? The answer is B, they establish minimum construction standards for safety. Building codes set minimum standards for construction to ensure safety, health, and welfare. They are a form of public land use control that complements zoning regulations. How do public land use controls differ from private land use controls in Michigan? Is it A, public controls are voluntary, private are mandatory, B, private controls are enforced by local governments, C, public controls are less restrictive than private controls, or D, public controls are imposed by government, private by agreements? The answer is D, public controls are imposed by government, private by agreements. Public land use controls are imposed by governmental entities to manage land use for community benefit, while private controls are agreements between private parties, like homeowners associations. Which entity typically enforces zoning regulations in Michigan? Is it A, Federal Environmental Protection Agency, B, State Department of Natural Resources, C, local city or county planning departments, or D, homeowners associations? The answer is C, local city or county planning departments. Zoning regulations are enforced by local governments, such as city or county planning departments, to ensure compliance with land use plans and ordinances. Land use and zoning laws. What is the primary purpose of zoning laws in Michigan? Is it A, to regulate land use and ensure community compatibility, B, to increase property taxes for local governments, C, to encourage urban sprawl and expansion, or D, to standardize building designs across the state? The answer is A, to regulate land use and ensure community compatibility. Zoning laws in Michigan are designed to regulate land use, ensuring that development is orderly and compatible with the community's comprehensive plan, protecting property values and public welfare. In Michigan, what is a variance in the context of zoning laws? Is it A, a change in zoning classification for a property, B, an exception to zoning rules granted under specific conditions, C, a temporary permit for non-conforming use, or D, a standard procedure for all property developments? The answer is B, an exception to zoning rules granted under specific conditions. A variance is a legal exception that allows a property owner to use their land in a way that deviates from the local zoning ordinance, typically granted when strict enforcement would cause undue hardship. Which body typically has the authority to grant zoning variances in Michigan? Is it A, the state legislature, B, the city council, C, the zoning board of appeals, or D, the planning commission? The answer is C, the zoning board of appeals. In Michigan, zoning variances are usually granted by a local zoning board of appeals, which reviews requests and determines if the variance meets legal criteria. What is a non-conforming use under Michigan zoning laws? Is it A, a newly proposed use that complies with zoning laws, B, a use that violates zoning laws and requires immediate correction, C. A temporary use permit granted by the zoning board. Or D. A use that existed before current zoning laws and is allowed to continue. The answer is D. A use that existed before current zoning laws and is allowed to continue. A non-conforming use refers to a property use that legally existed before current zoning laws but does not comply with new zoning regulations, often allowed to continue under grandfathering provisions. How do Michigan zoning laws typically address mixed-use developments? Is it A, by prohibiting any combination of uses in one area, B, by designating specific zones for mixed-use developments, C, by allowing only residential and industrial uses together, or D, by requiring separate permits for each type of use? The answer is B, by designating specific zones for mixed-use developments. Michigan zoning laws often support mixed-use developments through specific zoning designations that allow residential, commercial, and sometimes industrial uses within the same area, promoting efficient land use and vibrant communities. Condominium HOAs. In Michigan, who is typically responsible for maintaining the common areas in a condominium complex? Is it A, the condominium association, B, individual unit owners, C, the local government, or D, a third-party management company? The answer is A, the condominium association. In Michigan, the condominium association is responsible for maintaining common areas, ensuring they are safe and functional for all residents. This is usually funded through association fees paid by the unit owners. What is the purpose of an HOA's bylaws in Michigan? Is it A, to outline property tax obligations, B, to establish rules for the operation of the association, C, to set the market value of homes, or D, to dictate landscaping requirements? The answer is B, to establish rules for the operation of the association. HOA bylaws in Michigan establish the rules for the operation of the association, including meetings, elections, and duties of board members, ensuring orderly governance and community management. Which document legally creates a condominium in Michigan? Is it A, the Articles of Incorporation, B, the bylaws, C, the master deed, or D, the purchase agreement? The answer is C, the master deed. The master deed is the legal document that establishes a condominium in Michigan, detailing the property boundaries, common areas, and individual units, and is recorded with the county. How are disputes typically resolved in a Michigan HOA community? Is it A, by filing a lawsuit, B, through a vote by all members, C, by the board of directors' decision, or D, through mediation or arbitration? The answer is D, through mediation or arbitration. Disputes in Michigan HOA communities are often resolved through mediation or arbitration, as outlined in the association's governing documents, providing a structured process for conflict resolution outside of court. Environmental regulations and waterfront properties. What is the primary purpose of Michigan's Natural Resources and Environmental Protection Act in relation to waterfront properties? Is it A, to promote real estate development, B, to increase property taxes, C, to protect and manage natural resources, or D, to regulate zoning laws? The answer is C, to protect and manage natural resources. NREPA aims to protect Michigan's natural resources, including its water bodies, by regulating activities that could harm the environment. This ensures sustainable use and enjoyment of waterfront properties. Which agency is responsible for enforcing wetland protection regulations in Michigan? Is it A, Michigan Department of Natural Resources, B, Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy, C, Michigan Real Estate Commission, or D, Michigan Department of Agriculture? The answer is B, Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy. The Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy oversees the enforcement of wetland protection laws, ensuring compliance with environmental standards. How does the Michigan Critical Dune Areas Act affect property development near dunes? Is it A, it imposes restrictions and requires permits for development? B, it encourages unrestricted development? C, it only applies to commercial properties? Or D, it has no impact on property development? The answer is A, it imposes restrictions and requires permits for development. The Act restricts development in critical dune areas to protect these unique landscapes, requiring special permits and adherence to environmental guidelines. What is the significance of the public trust doctrine in Michigan regarding waterfront properties? Is it A, it allows private ownership of all waterfronts? B, it restricts public access to waterfronts? C, it increases property taxes on waterfronts? Or D, it ensures public access and use of navigable waters? The answer is D, it ensures public access and use of navigable waters. The public trust doctrine ensures that the state's waters are preserved for public use, preventing private ownership from interfering with public access and enjoyment. Let's review Michigan agency law and ethics. Starting with agency relationship laws. Under Michigan agency law, which type of agency relationship is created when a client gives written consent for a broker to represent both parties in a transaction? Is it A, single agency, B, dual agency, C, designated agency, or D, transaction brokerage? The answer is B, dual agency. In Michigan, dual agency is permissible when both parties give informed, written consent. This allows a broker to represent both buyer and seller, but requires transparency and disclosure. Which of the following is a fiduciary duty owed by a real estate agent to their client under Michigan law? Is it A, loyalty, B, profit maximization, C, market analysis, or D, advertising? The answer is A, loyalty. Loyalty is a key fiduciary duty requiring agents to act in the best interest of their clients, avoiding conflicts of interest and prioritizing the client's needs above their own. What is the primary purpose of agency disclosure laws in Michigan? Is it A, to increase agent commissions, B, to streamline transaction processes, C, to ensure transparency in representation, or D, to limit client liability? The answer is C, to ensure transparency in representation. Agency disclosure laws ensure that all parties understand who the real estate agent represents, promoting transparency and informed decision-making in transactions. In Michigan, which of the following actions is prohibited for a real estate agent in a dual agency situation? Is it A, facilitating communication between parties, B, providing property details, C, negotiating terms, or D, disclosing confidential information? The answer is D, disclosing confidential information. In dual agency, agents cannot disclose confidential information from one party to the other without written consent, ensuring fair and unbiased representation for both parties. Fiduciary duties and client representation. In Michigan, which fiduciary duty requires an agent to act in the best interests of their client, even at the agent's own expense? Is it A, duty of loyalty, B, duty of care, C, duty of accounting, or D, duty of disclosure? The answer is A, duty of loyalty. The duty of loyalty obligates agents to prioritize their clients' interests above their own, ensuring no conflicts of interest. This is a fundamental aspect of fiduciary responsibility in Michigan agency law. What fiduciary duty requires a Michigan real estate agent to keep the client's information confidential, even after the agency relationship ends? Is it A, duty of loyalty, B, duty of care, C, duty of confidentiality, or D, duty of disclosure? The answer is C, duty of confidentiality. The duty of confidentiality obligates an agent to protect the client's private information indefinitely, maintaining trust and integrity within the agency relationship. Which duty obligates a Michigan real estate agent to disclose all material facts to their client? Is it A, duty of loyalty, B, duty of care, C, duty of confidentiality, or D, duty of disclosure? The answer is D, duty of disclosure. The duty of disclosure requires agents to inform clients of any material facts that could affect their decisions, ensuring informed choices and transparency in transactions. In Michigan, what fiduciary duty ensures a real estate agent maintains accurate records of all funds and transactions? Is it A, duty of loyalty, B, duty of accounting, C, duty of care, or D, duty of confidentiality? The answer is B, duty of accounting. The duty of accounting requires agents to keep precise and accurate records of all financial transactions, safeguarding the client's financial interests and maintaining transparency. What duty requires a Michigan real estate agent to act with competence and diligence on behalf of their client? Is it A, duty of care, B, duty of loyalty, C, duty of accounting, or D, duty of disclosure? The answer is A, duty of care. The duty of care mandates that agents perform their tasks with the necessary skill and diligence, ensuring professional and competent representation of the client.
Don't forget to comment below with your tips, challenges, and thoughts on exam preparation. Your experiences can make a big difference for others.
Michigan Ethics Guidelines and Enforcement. Which of the following actions would most likely lead to disciplinary action under Michigan Ethics Guidelines? Is it A, accurate representation of property details, B, misrepresentation of property details, C, timely communication with clients, or D, providing a detailed market analysis? The answer is B, misrepresentation of property details. Under Michigan Ethics Guidelines, misrepresentation of property details is considered unethical and can lead to disciplinary actions, including fines or suspension of a real estate license. What is the primary purpose of the Michigan Ethics Guidelines for real estate professionals? Is it A, to increase property values, B, to reduce real estate fees, C, to ensure ethical conduct and public protection, or D, to promote real estate education? The answer is C, to ensure ethical conduct and public protection. The Michigan Ethics Guidelines aim to ensure fair practices and protect the interests of clients and the public by setting standards for professional conduct in real estate transactions. In Michigan, which entity is responsible for enforcing ethics guidelines among real estate professionals? Is it A, Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs, B, Michigan Real Estate Association, C, State Bar of Michigan, or D, Federal Trade Commission? The answer is A, Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. The Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs is tasked with enforcing ethics guidelines, ensuring compliance, and taking disciplinary actions when necessary. What is a potential consequence for a Michigan real estate agent found guilty of unethical conduct? Is it A, increased commission rates, B, public recognition, C, mandatory additional training, or D, license suspension? The answer is D, license suspension. An agent found guilty of unethical conduct may face license suspension, which prevents them from practicing real estate until the suspension is lifted. Let's continue with Michigan property valuation. Starting with basic principles of property valuation. Which principle of property valuation suggests that the value of a property is influenced by the cost of acquiring an equivalent property with the same utility? Is it A, principle of anticipation, B, principle of substitution, C, principle of conformity, or D, principle of highest and best use? The answer is B, principle of substitution. The principle of substitution implies that a buyer will not pay more for a property than the cost of acquiring a similar property with the same utility. This principle is fundamental in property valuation. What is the principle that suggests property value is maximized when it is used in a manner consistent with the surrounding properties? Is it A, principle of conformity, B, principle of progression, C, principle of regression, or D, principle of change? The answer is A, principle of conformity. The principle of conformity suggests that property values are highest when properties are consistent with the surrounding area. This ensures that the property does not detract from the neighborhood's overall value. Which principle of property valuation indicates that the value of a property is influenced by the future benefits it can provide? Is it A, principle of substitution, B, principle of contribution, C, principle of balance, or D, principle of anticipation? The answer is D, principle of anticipation. The principle of anticipation suggests that the current value of a property is based on the expected future benefits it will provide, such as income or utility. What principle of property valuation suggests that the value of a property is affected by the presence of other nearby properties? Is it A, principle of regression, B, principle of substitution, C, principle of progression, or D, principle of anticipation? The answer is C, principle of progression. The principle of progression indicates that the value of a property is positively influenced by the presence of higher valued properties nearby, enhancing its overall market appeal. Sales comparison, cost, and income approaches. In the sales comparison approach, which factor is most critical when selecting comparable properties for a residential appraisal in Michigan? Is it A, age of the property, B, location of the property, C, number of bedrooms, or D, type of roof? The answer is B, location of the property. Location is crucial in the sales comparison approach as it significantly affects property value. Comparable properties should be in similar neighborhoods to ensure accurate valuation. Which method is best suited for valuing a new commercial building in Detroit using the cost approach? Is it A, reproduction cost method, B, replacement cost method, C, depreciated cost method, or D, income capitalization method? The answer is A, reproduction cost method. The reproduction cost method calculates the expense of constructing an exact replica, making it suitable for new buildings where current construction costs are known. In the income approach, what is the primary reason for using the direct capitalization method for a Michigan apartment complex? Is it A, to account for property tax fluctuations, B, to adjust for market volatility, C, to estimate value from a single year's income, or D, to analyze historical income trends? The answer is C, to estimate value from a single year's income. Direct capitalization converts a single year's income into value, making it suitable for stable income properties like apartment complexes with predictable cash flows. What is the primary limitation of using the cost approach for an older property in Ann Arbor? Is it A, high construction costs, B, lack of comparable sales, C, fluctuating market conditions, or D, estimating depreciation accurately? The answer is D, estimating depreciation accurately. The cost approach can be limited by difficulty in accurately estimating depreciation, especially for older properties where wear and tear are significant.
Notice the code in the corner? When you're stumped by a question, enter it at Birdsy.ai for immediate help. Enjoy complimentary study sessions and access to hundreds of additional questions to help you pass your exam with confidence.
Let's continue with a review of Michigan real estate financing. Mortgage loans and financing options. Which type of mortgage in Michigan allows the borrower to pay only the interest for a specified period before paying off the principal? Is it A, fixed-rate mortgage, B, interest-only mortgage, C, adjustable-rate mortgage, or D, balloon mortgage? The answer is B, interest-only mortgage. Interest-only mortgages allow borrowers to pay only the interest for a set period, typically 5 to 10 years, after which they must begin paying both principal and interest. What is a key feature of a VA loan available to Michigan veterans? Is it A, no down payment requirement, B, higher interest rates than conventional loans, C, mandatory private mortgage insurance, or D, limited to first-time homebuyers? The answer is A, no down payment requirement. VA loans offer no down payment options for eligible veterans, which can be a significant advantage for those who qualify and meet the lender's requirements. In Michigan, which mortgage option typically offers the lowest initial interest rate? Is it A, fixed-rate mortgage, B, balloon mortgage, C, adjustable-rate mortgage, or D, Federal Housing Administration, FHA loan? The answer is C, adjustable-rate mortgage. Adjustable-rate mortgages often start with lower interest rates compared to fixed-rate mortgages, but the rates can change over time based on the market. What is a distinguishing feature of a Michigan FHA loan? Is it A, requires a 20% down payment, B, available only to first-time homebuyers, C, has a fixed interest rate, or D, insured by the Federal Housing Administration? The answer is D, insured by the Federal Housing Administration. FHA loans are insured by the Federal Housing Administration and are designed to help borrowers with lower credit scores and smaller down payments compared to conventional loans. Loan applications and approval processes. What is a key requirement for obtaining a mortgage pre-approval in Michigan? Is it A, a detailed property appraisal, B, verification of income and employment, C, an escrow account setup, or D, a signed purchase agreement? The answer is B, verification of income and employment. A mortgage pre-approval requires a thorough evaluation of your financial status, including income verification. This step helps lenders determine your borrowing capacity and interest rates. Which document is essential for a loan underwriter to evaluate the borrower's creditworthiness in Michigan? Is it A, credit report, B, home inspection report, C, title insurance policy, or D, flood certification? The answer is A, credit report. The credit report provides a comprehensive history of the borrower's credit activity and is crucial for assessing creditworthiness and determining loan eligibility. In Michigan, what is the primary role of a loan officer during the loan application process? Is it A, conducting property appraisals, B, issuing title insurance, C, assisting applicants with loan options, or D, performing home inspections? The answer is C, assisting applicants with loan options. A loan officer helps applicants understand their loan options, collects necessary documentation, and submits the application for approval, acting as a liaison between the borrower and lender. What is the significance of the debt-to-income ratio in Michigan's loan approval process? Is it A, determines property value, B, calculates loan interest rate, C, assesses property tax rates, or D, evaluates borrower's repayment capacity? The answer is D, evaluates borrower's repayment capacity. DTI measures the borrower's ability to manage monthly payments and repay debts. A lower DTI indicates better financial health and increases the likelihood of loan approval. Michigan mortgage disclosure requirements. What is the primary purpose of the Michigan mortgage disclosure requirements? Is it A, to increase mortgage approval rates, B, to provide borrowers with clear information about mortgage terms, C, to reduce interest rates on mortgages, or D, to limit the number of mortgage lenders? The answer is B, to provide borrowers with clear information about mortgage terms. The Michigan mortgage disclosure requirements aim to ensure that borrowers receive clear and comprehensive information about the terms and conditions of their mortgage, promoting transparency and informed decision-making. Which document must be provided to borrowers under Michigan mortgage disclosure requirements? Is it A, credit report, B, deed of trust, C, loan estimate, or D, appraisal report? The answer is C, loan estimate. The loan estimate is a key document provided to borrowers, detailing the estimated costs and terms of the mortgage, ensuring transparency and allowing borrowers to compare offers. When must the closing disclosure be provided to the borrower according to Michigan requirements? Is it A, at least 3 business days before closing, B, on the day of closing, C, 1 week after closing, or D, 1 month before closing? The answer is A, at least 3 business days before closing. The closing disclosure must be provided at least 3 business days before closing, allowing the borrower time to review the final terms and costs of the mortgage. What information is not required in the loan estimate under Michigan law? Is it A, loan terms, B, projected payments, C, closing costs, or D, borrower's employment history? The answer is D, borrower's employment history. The loan estimate includes details like loan terms, projected payments, and closing costs, but not the borrower's employment history, which is typically assessed during the underwriting process. Michigan-specific loan programs. Which Michigan-specific loan program is designed to assist first-time homebuyers with down payment assistance? Is it A, Michigan Bridge Loan, B, MSHDA down payment assistance, C, Michigan Rural Development Loan, or D, Michigan Renovation Loan? The answer is B, MSHDA down payment assistance. The Michigan State Housing Development Authority provides down payment assistance to first-time homebuyers, making homeownership more accessible by reducing initial costs. What is a key feature of the Michigan Mortgage Credit Certificate Program? Is it A, provides a federal tax credit for mortgage interest, B, offers reduced interest rates for rural properties, C, includes an automatic principal reduction, or D, covers all closing costs for first-time buyers? The answer is A, provides a federal tax credit for mortgage interest. The MCC program allows homebuyers to claim a tax credit for a portion of the mortgage interest paid annually, reducing federal tax liability and making homeownership more affordable. What is the primary benefit of the Michigan Home Loan Flex program offered by MSHDA? Is it A, strict income limits, B, mandatory homebuyer education, C, flexible eligibility requirements, or D, higher interest rates? The answer is C, flexible eligibility requirements. The Michigan Home Loan Flex program offers more flexible requirements for homebuyers, including no first-time buyer requirement and expanded income limits, making it accessible to a wider range of applicants. Which Michigan-specific loan program is specifically tailored for veterans and active-duty military personnel? Is it A, Michigan FHA loan, B, Michigan US loan, C, Michigan conventional loan, or D, MSHDA Michigan Home Loan for Veterans? The answer is D, MSHDA Michigan Home Loan for Veterans. The MSHDA Michigan Home Loan Program includes options specifically designed for veterans and active duty military personnel, providing them with favorable loan terms and conditions. Michigan State Housing Development Authority. What is the primary purpose of the Michigan State Housing Development Authority? Is it A, to promote affordable housing in Michigan, B, to regulate real estate agents in Michigan, C, to manage public transportation projects, or D, to oversee environmental protection initiatives? The answer is A, to promote affordable housing in Michigan. MSHDA's primary role is to promote affordable housing in Michigan by providing financial and technical assistance to developers, lenders, and homebuyers to ensure housing is accessible to all residents. Which program does MSHDA offer to assist first-time homebuyers? Is it A, Michigan Rent Relief, B, Michigan Green Energy, C, Michigan Home Loan, or D, Michigan Business Boost? The answer is C, Michigan Home Loan. MSHDA provides the Michigan Home Loan Program, which offers low interest rates and down payment assistance to first-time homebuyers, making it easier to purchase a home in Michigan. How does MSHDA support the development of rental housing in Michigan? Is it A, by providing tenant relocation services, B, by offering tax credits and loans to developers, C, by enforcing rent control laws, or D, by managing public housing units? The answer is B, by offering tax credits and loans to developers. MSHDA supports rental housing development through tax credits and loans to developers, encouraging the construction and rehabilitation of affordable rental units throughout the state. What type of assistance does MSHDA provide to prevent foreclosures? Is it A, legal representation, B, construction grants, C, home renovation loans, or D, financial counseling and assistance programs? The answer is D, financial counseling and assistance programs. MSHDA offers financial counseling and assistance programs to help homeowners avoid foreclosure by managing their mortgage payments and understanding their financial options.
Notice the code in the corner? When you're stumped by a question, enter it at birdsy.ai for immediate help. Enjoy complimentary study sessions and access to hundreds of additional questions to help you pass your exam with confidence.
Now we'll review some Michigan disclosure requirements and forms. Michigan-specific disclosure requirements. What is the primary purpose of the seller's disclosure statement in Michigan real estate transactions? Is it A, to determine the property's market value, B, to disclose known defects and conditions of the property, C, to outline the terms of the sale agreement, or D, to provide a history of previous owners? The answer is B, to disclose known defects and conditions of the property. The seller's disclosure statement in Michigan aims to inform potential buyers about the condition of the property, including any known defects or issues, to ensure transparency and protect both parties in the transaction. Which of the following is not typically included in a Michigan seller's disclosure statement? Is it A, roof condition, B, presence of lead-based paint, C, names of previous owners, or D, water damage history? The answer is C, names of previous owners. The seller's disclosure statement generally includes information about property defects, but not the names of previous owners, which are part of the title history. When must a seller's disclosure statement be provided to a buyer in Michigan? Is it A, before signing a purchase agreement, B, at the closing of the sale, C, within 30 days after signing the purchase agreement, or D, after the buyer's inspection period? The answer is A, before signing a purchase agreement. In Michigan, The seller's disclosure statement must be provided to the buyer before the execution of a binding purchase agreement to ensure the buyer is informed about the property condition. What is the consequence if a seller fails to provide a disclosure statement in Michigan? Is it A, the sale automatically proceeds without disclosures? B, the buyer must waive their right to disclosures? C, the seller can be fined by the state? Or D, the buyer may terminate the contract? The answer is D, the buyer may terminate the contract. In Michigan, failing to provide a disclosure statement can allow the buyer to terminate the contract or could lead to legal action for misrepresentation or non-disclosure. Commonly used Michigan forms. Which form is used in Michigan to disclose the presence of lead-based paint in homes built before 1978? Is it A, seller's disclosure statement? B, lead-based paint disclosure form? C, property transfer affidavit? Or D, environmental impact statement? The answer is B, lead-based paint disclosure form. The lead-based paint disclosure form is mandated by federal law for homes built before 1978 to inform buyers or renters about potential lead paint hazards. What is the purpose of the Michigan seller's disclosure statement? Is it A, to inform buyers about the property's condition? B, to calculate property taxes? C, to estimate the property's market value? Or D, to report environmental hazards? The answer is A, to inform buyers about the property's condition. The seller's disclosure statement in Michigan informs potential buyers about the property's condition, including any known defects or issues, ensuring transparency in real estate transactions. Which document must be filed with local tax authorities after a property sale in Michigan? Is it A, lead-based paint disclosure form? B, seller's disclosure statement? C, purchase agreement? Or D, property transfer affidavit? The answer is D, property transfer affidavit. The property transfer affidavit is required within 45 days of a property sale to inform local tax authorities of the new ownership and prevent penalties. In Michigan, what is the primary purpose of the agency disclosure form? Is it A, to disclose property defects? B, to outline financial terms of a sale? C, to inform parties about the agent's relationship? Or D, to record environmental assessments? The answer is C, to inform parties about the agent's relationship. The agency disclosure form is used to inform buyers and sellers about the nature of the agent's relationship, ensuring all parties understand whether the agent represents the buyer, seller, or both. Specific procedures for transactions. Which document is essential for disclosing the condition of a property in Michigan real estate transactions? Is it A, purchase agreement? B, seller's disclosure statement? C, title insurance policy? Or D, deed? The answer is B, seller's disclosure statement. The seller's disclosure statement is required by Michigan law to inform buyers about the condition of the property, ensuring transparency and reducing disputes after the transaction. What is the primary purpose of the lead-based paint disclosure form in Michigan real estate transactions? Is it A, to inform buyers of potential lead hazards? B, to outline the terms of the sale? C, to provide a history of ownership? Or D, to estimate property taxes? The answer is A, to inform buyers of potential lead hazards. This form is required for properties built before 1978 to inform buyers and tenants about potential lead-based paint hazards, complying with federal regulations to ensure safety. In Michigan, when must the seller's disclosure statement be provided to the buyer? Is it A, after the purchase agreement is signed? B, at the closing of the transaction? C, before the buyer makes a purchase offer? Or D, during the home inspection? The answer is C. Before the buyer makes a purchase offer, the seller's disclosure statement should be given before the buyer makes a purchase offer to ensure they have all necessary information about the property's condition. What is the consequence if a seller fails to provide the required disclosures in Michigan? Is it A, the sale automatically proceeds? B, the buyer must waive the disclosure? C, the seller pays a small fine? Or D, the buyer may rescind the sale? The answer is D, the buyer may rescind the sale. Failure to provide required disclosures can lead to legal action, including rescission of the sale or damages, as it violates Michigan's disclosure laws designed to protect buyers.
Thanks for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to our channel for more practice exams, tips, and tricks. And don't forget to visit Birdsy.ai for complimentary study sessions with Birdsy, your AI-powered study partner.